Good morning. It's Saturday. Timmy is in the ICU still, and I just took a break to come and get some food for myself. And I'm just trying to think of, the conversations I would have with him if he could actually talk right now, and what he would say to me. And he'd probably say, "You need to go get some food." So I did. It's funny when you're with somebody for a long time and their words just kind of live in you, and lots of words have lived in me and they just keep repeating themselves. So last night was a rough night, but it was also a beautiful night, and the girls came here to the hospital, and that was amazing. I wasn't sure how they would respond to seeing him in the ICU on a ventilator, and he's got dialysis tubes, he's got loads of bags hanging, he's got the intubation for breathing. He's receiving the ventilator support not because his lungs are a problem, but because it was so hard for him to inhale and exhale because of the infection brewing in his body from the sepsis. He had a sepsis related to E. coli bacteria in his bloodstream. Basically, the chemotherapy is just having a heyday with his whole GI tract, and he's on such high doses that it's just ripping apart his whole GI system. And so it could have been a microscopic small tear, and then the E. coli, which can live normally in the intestinal tract, leaked into the bloodstream, and that's what's causing this systemic infection. So the good news is that he's stable. The good news is that all of his vital signs look good today. The trickier news is that he's being artificially supported in a whole bunch of ways, and it's hard for them to know how his body would respond, if they start to take him off of some of those things. So the plan today is to just be steady and not do anything quick, to make minor tweaks and adjustments and slowly withdraw some of the support, and transition to lighter forms of support that are less kind of invasive and toxic for his body overall. So, the girls, something that I was really thinking a lot about last night, because I was posting and I was reflecting on why did I want to bring them into the middle of all of that? And it's the same reason why we shelter. We don't typically invite children into birth, but we invited our girls into, well, not Emma because she was the second one, but Anna got to watch the birth right after the birth for her sister, and it was messy. It was messy. I was in a tub. There was blood. There was bodily stuff all over the place. She saw it, and it felt very much like that, inviting the girls in to see Tim last night, to see the tubes and the breathing support, and just to see him in that state. And I was just thinking about the times that we live in and the challenges that our children will face. If they're not facing them now, they will face them at some point in their lifetime. And I think they get exposed to all kinds of things through media, through TV, through shows. My daughter has watched copious amounts of Grey's Anatomy. I think she's watched it a couple times all the way through and just loves it. Hates blood in real life, but loves that show. And when they came in last night, I said, okay, are you ready? Like, this is the live version of Grey's Anatomy. And she's like, I'm ready. And the attending physician was amazing. He just got down on his, like, squatted down next to the girls and was like, any questions you have, like, whatever questions I can answer for you. If you don't understand a word I say, or if something doesn't make sense to you, I want to answer, I want to help. And you know, they were in there in the middle of it. They were in with all the beeping and whistling and all the doctors talking very straightforward about Tim and how things are going. And, you know, when we left the hospital, my oldest said, you know, tell me, like, the chances, like, what are the chances that he's going to make it? I said, honey, I don't know. I know we're all doing, like, heroic efforts to keep him around because that's what he wants. You know, he wants to be here for you girls. Like, if he can fight through this, you know, he's putting himself through hell basically because it matters to him to be present for you and your life and your golf and your everything. And so that's what we're all rallying for. But right now, it'll be a miracle if he makes it. And to leave with that feeling last night, you know, to feel like saying goodbye, not knowing if it's the last goodbye. It's hard, and it's hard to do that with your kids, with their dad, you know, but, like, I didn't want to shelter them from the experience, and I received a little bit of challenge back, like, are you sure they want to see that? Like, it might be more traumatizing than of benefit. And I'm like, oh no, they need to see this. They've been watching him, but they've also watched him rally and show up. He's really good at showing up and kind of putting away his pain face and being with them. And then I see the pain face, you know, it comes out with me, but I just needed them to see so that they could also see all of the effort going into, like, helping him. And if he doesn't make it, it's not for lack of help. It's not for lack of trying. It's because his body finally said it's too much. But the beautiful thing is that today he looks good. He looks peaceful. He's got all kinds of help, but his numbers are stable, and he's definitely not out of the woods yet. You know, it's still very touch and go, but it's not second to second, minute to minute. And so, you know, we're all kind of, like, relaxing and taking a deep breath in that. And but I think there's huge value in exposing our children to all that life has to offer in whatever it is we're going through. I mean, for me, I'm going through this. For lots of people, they're going through all kinds of things. I know when we've had, you know, financial challenges, we talk about it with the girls. When we've had marital challenges, we talk about it with the girls. Sometimes I wish, like, I wish we just didn't have those things, and then we could just have, like, wonderful, happy conversations. But I think, I don't know, if you can't tell from my videos here, I value transparency. So I think that's, at least for me, one of the greatest gifts I can offer my girls is transparency. Transparency through the hard stuff, because they're going to have hard stuff of their own to deal with. They're dealing with it right now. They're going through hard stuff right now. But it won't be the end of hard stuff. And going through this kind of thing together at least gives them an anchor and, like, lets them see how it can be done, how you can go through it. And you can fall apart and be put back together again. And you can do that a lot of times in a row, and you get stronger through it. You learn what you value, and you learn what matters, and you learn you know, what you can let go of and what you want to prioritize and make sure it stays. Last night I wanted to stay here, and I could also hear Tim saying, no, you need to be with the girls. Like, I can't be with the girls, and I'm being cared for here. You need to go be with the girls. And so I did. I went and I was with the girls, and we went to our dear friend's condominium in downtown Milwaukee. I felt like we were staying at a hotel, and she wasn't there, but we were there. And Anna got busy, like, cleaning. She was cleaning and putting her condo back together because it had been painted, and like scrubbing and using, you know, the stainless steel cleaner and cleaning the stove and like cleaning everything. And I'm just like, wow, look at you go. And she's like, it's a good distraction. She's like, I love this, but it's a good distraction. And I also thought to myself, like, you really watch, like you really pay attention, because I haven't seen you clean like this before, but you've watched us clean like this before. And so you know how to do it. So cleaning's one thing, you know, going through birth and death and all the stuff in between is other stuff, but it's stuff. It's life experiences, it's challenges, it's hard times, and, you know, going through good times, like, do we need to help them navigate those? I mean, they pretty much know how to navigate the good times. But going through hard times, that's a whole different thing. And I think as elders, no matter how elder we are, it could be elder sister, it could be an elder in your 30s or 40s or 50s or beyond, like having people who have gone through things really gives us a way to like know how to go through something, gives us a North Star to aim for. And I've told them many a time, like, I don't do this perfectly, but I do it the way I'm doing it, and whatever you can take from that, I hope there's something you can take from it. So today's a good day. Today's a happy day. Today is a numbers are balanced and looking good day. And we're not out of the woods, but we're getting closer. And I don't know what the next moment brings, but I'm going to eat my sandwich now because it's cooled off enough. And thank you for being present to our cancer journey. Thank you for being present to our family through this hard time. And I feel your love and your prayers, and I know Timmy does too, and I know our girls do too. So thank you. Peace.